You don't need to travel all the way to Bali to shop for those iconic designer beach bags when you can easily crochet one for yourself right here. Hi everyone, I'm Kay from Quirks by Kay. As an architect turned crochet coach, I love engineering pieces that are just as functional as they are stylish. To continue my exclusive series with Ganga Acrowools, we're making this stunning bag to officially be ready for a summer vacation or a sunny brunch. This project is perfect for crocheters who want to move beyond simple rows and explore the logic of construction and efficient assembly. I've put the free crochet pattern link in the description so you can follow along with every stitch and make your new favorite summer accessory. Let's get making. For this bag, I'm using Picnic by Ganga Acrowools. It's a pure cotton yarn. In design, material selection is vital. Cotton has very low elasticity, which provides the structural stability. When you're headed to a beach, you want the bag that keeps the shape, no matter how much you pack. Along with yarn, we'll need a 4 mm hook, a pair of scissors and a darning needle, and some stitch markers. To begin, you'll start with a magic circle. I make the shape of the letter P using the tail end of the yarn, then insert my hook into that P and grab the working yarn. That's it. That's the magic circle. Now, chain 2. We'll be working our stitches in the circle. So, making a double crochet in the circle, yarn over, insert hook into the circle, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over again, pull through 2. Now, since this is the first double crochet of this row, we will mark it using a stitch marker. This is how you do that. Now continue making double crochets into the magic circle. We need a total of 12 double crochets. At the end of this row, we will have to make a slip stitch. That slip stitch comes right here in this marked space. Before closing, we'll count our stitches. Starting from the marked stitch, we should have 12 double crochets. Holding the piece together and pulling onto that tail end of the yarn. This is how we close the magic circle. Now, I'm going to remove this marker and make a slip stitch right where that marker was. This completes row 1. Now make 2 chains to begin row number 2. In this row, we are again going to be making double crochets. So, starting right where we made the slip stitch, I make my first double crochet and without fail, I mark it. Now in that same spot, I will make one more double crochet. This is called an increase. I have basically made 2 double crochets in the same spot. Continuing to put 2 more double crochets in the next spot. Again 2 more double crochets in the next spot. This is how we are going to be making row number 2. You should have a total of 24 double crochets for row number 2. Once again, remove the marker and make a slip stitch in that marked spot. This completes row number 2. Now chain 2 to begin row number 3. Again, making a double crochet in that same spot as the slip stitch. This is my first double crochet. I'm making one more, which means this is an increase. And I will without fail mark my first double crochet. This row is going to be an alternate row, meaning I just made an increase. Now I will make one double crochet instead of an increase. This is a set. One increase, one double crochet. I'll repeat that set, putting one increase in the next stitch and one double crochet in the stitch after that. So as you can see, my stitches are in the form of increase, one double crochet, increase, 1 double crochet. This set has to be repeated all around. Finishing this row with 1 increase in the second last stitch and 1 double crochet in the last stitch. You'll notice that between the first increase and the last increase, there's 1 double crochet. Once again, remove the marker and make a slip stitch in that spot. We don't consider that chain 2 at the beginning of every row as a stitch. Now chain 2 to begin row number 4. Again, in the same spot as the slip stitch, make a double crochet. As done before, mark this stitch because it's the first stitch of our row. We'll be staggering increases to prevent the increase from stacking on top of each other. Meaning, last row we started with an increase. This row we will not start with an increase. This prevents the circle from getting a hexagonal shape. So now making an increase in the next stitch. We use the formula increase plus n, where n is the number of stitches between increases and adds by 1 every row to ensure we get a consistent expanse. In the previous row, we had 1 double crochet sitting between 2 increases. This row, we will make 2 double crochets sitting in between 2 increases. So now we will make 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the stitch after that, followed by an increase. Let's look at that again. We started with 1 double crochet to stagger the increases. We made an increase. Then we made 1 double crochet, 1 more double crochet, again an increase. This is the set that we are supposed to follow for this row. So once again, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the stitch after that, followed by an increase. Continue making this set all around. At the end, we will get an increase in the second last stitch and 1 double crochet in the last stitch. That completes the set that we partially began at the beginning of this row. As clearly seen here, between the first increase of this row and the last increase of this row, we have 2 double crochets. Once again, remove the stitch marker and make the slip stitch. To begin row 4, chain 2 and make an increase. Mark the first double crochet. Then put 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Remember the formula increase plus n. In the previous row, we had 2 double crochets sitting between 2 increases. So naturally, this row we will have 1 additional double crochet sitting in between 2 increases, which brings us to a total of 3 double crochets sitting in between 2 increases. As this is our final row, we will not be making a slip stitch. Instead, we will use an invisible join. This is how we do it. Now weave that yarn tail towards the center of the circle so that we can tie the 2 yarn tails together into a double knot. Now let's start assembling the circles. First, we are going to join 2 circles using a slip stitch join, using only the back loops. In this case, you can also consider them to be the outer loops of the circle. Then continue making slip stitch into every back loop till you have reached the 10th stitch. Now join 1 more circle, outer loop only, into that 10th stitch using same slip stitch join. Again continue till the 10th stitch and join 1 more circle. In the written pattern, I have provided a flat lay diagram where we use a continuous join method to connect the pieces in one path. This is superior to weaving in ends individually because it saves significant time, provides better structural stability and strength, and reduces the bulk of hidden yarn ends. Now let's add handles.
Use a darning needle and matching yarn. Whip stitch the wooden handles to the top edge of the bag. Use the base and head of the double crochet stitch to pass the needle through, sewing through at least 4 to 5 stitches on each of the two circles. Go through the same spot twice to ensure the stitches are tight and reinforced to handle the weight of your beach essentials. Then tie the starting and ending yarn tail together into a double knot. Then weave in those yarn tails back into the circle. Follow a path and return through that same path. This locks in the yarn.
And there you have it, your new favorite summer bag. To take this from homemade to high-end boutique, I'm adding a bag lining. I won't be sewing on camera today, but a simple hand-stitched pouch makes your work look super polished and prevents your sunscreen from slipping through the stitches. You can grab the full pattern for free over the Ganga Acrowools website. Link is in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss my next project. Tag us on Instagram in your beach photos. We would love to see where your bags traveled. Happy crocheting, everyone!